Boys, growing on TikTok might just be the fastest way to grow your personal brand. And I've managed to grow 9 different accounts to over 1,000 followers, including my own. I grew startups to around 34,000 followers, boxing coach to 9.8k followers with just 12 videos, and a bunch of other accounts across 6 different niches. So I'm going to share with you this framework, test, analyze, replicate, that I use to grow these accounts. And I'm sure if you implement these techniques, you can get better results for yourself. So, test, analyze, replicate. Let's get started. So, test. We don't really know what type of content is going to do well for you, for your face, for your niche, for your vibe. So, we've got to test out what will work. So, there are 4 ways I get ideas that I test. One, which is the most effective way, is to just research what has been performing well for other creators in our niche. For example, if I'm doing this whole content strategy thing, I will search up content strategy on TikTok and then click these 3 dots right here, then go filter by like count, last 3 months, and I'll scroll through these pieces of content and then try to add my own spin to it, make it better so it's unique. And I'm not competing with that person directly, because in my own eyes, it's better. Because if we just copy it completely, then we'd always be second best to that creator. And usually, if it has performed well for someone else, it usually performs well for us as well. So that's been my experience, and it's a great way to get ideas. Also, we can test out our own personal ideas. We can test out what has performed well for us on other platforms, for example, Instagram. And we can also test common questions we get in real life. All right, now analyze. After we've tested, say, 10 to 20 to 30 pieces of content, it is time to analyze what pieces of content has performed well. And there are 2 ways you can do this. The old school way, which was what I used when I was growing a startup's TikTok, is using a Google Sheet. So that's like manually typing out the likes, the comments, the shares, the like to view ratio, the comment to view ratio, the share to view ratio, the hook, the style, whether or not there were captions, and then highlighting what stands out. So that's a long process, and I did this back in the day, but what I do nowadays is either just eyeball it as to just see what has got the most views, or I use this website called webapp.tokbackup.com and filter by views, and I can see all the analytics here, likes, comments, whatever, the duration of the video, and then run more of that style of video that has performed best. So the website is called webapp.tokbackup.com. So that's the analysis part of this framework. Now, after we've analyzed it, we just want to post more of that style of content that has performed well. For example, when I was making content for a startup, this style of content of breaking down how much we actually take home after pay, for example, how much we take home after $100,000 in our salary, that always got 10,000 to 900,000 views. So we just made more and more of that style of content. Maybe every second video we'd post a content like this, and we can just repost the same piece of content again if it performed particularly well. So test, analyze, replicate. It's very, very simple. And depending on your niche, depending on your quality of camera and how good you are at talking to the camera, it could take anywhere from 3 to 4 weeks to a few months to get to 1,000 followers from my experience. And now, really quickly, on the micro level, each individual piece of content generally follows this hook, retain, reward framework. This is a framework by Alex Hormozi. I made a full video about it here. And essentially, every piece of content, you need a hook to garner attention. And it has a verbal aspect, which can be making a promise, making a bold or interesting statement. Usually a visual aspect as well, what the video will be about visually in text, whether you sub-communicate competence or leverage somebody else's status in the visual aspect of the hook. Then we need to retain attention after we've got it by using steps, lists, or stories, and then a reward at the end. How does it relate to the viewer? And a few good statement rewarding them for sticking to the end, and maybe a call to action in alignment with their self-interest. So if you analyze every piece of content that has performed well, it usually follows this framework. And full video here. So in summary, on the macro level for TikTok, test, analyze, replicate. Test especially what has worked well for other creators. Analyze using the eyeballing technique or webapp.tokbackup.com and replicating styles that work. And for every piece of content, try to use a hook, retain, reward framework to garner and maintain attention. These spreadsheet things, Google Drawing things will be available in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.